Hey guys, I'm Jake from TodaysiPhone.com, and here's what's going on this week. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to talk about today is a little thing called Ping. You may have heard of it. It's Apple's new social networking site, well not site, Apple's new social networking thing for music. Basically, all you get to do is follow artists and have people follow you, and you can see what kind of music they're buying and listening to, and you can see what kind of music your favorite artists are buying and listening to, and it's just like a social network for music, but it doesn't have connection to MySpace Music or Facebook or anything that would make it really useful. And that's why the fact that the service got over 1 million users in the first 48 hours of it being live is more than a bit surprising. In fact, Eddie Q, the president of Apple's internet services, has said that 1/3 of the people that have downloaded iTunes 10 have started using Ping. What's more, he continues to say that as many more people download iTunes 10 in the coming weeks, we expect the Ping community to grow even more. So with all these new users out there, it'll be really exciting to see if Apple can maybe strike up a partnership with MySpace or Facebook, or maybe if they just kind of make the site more useful. Because as of now, I'm really not sure if anybody really knows what to do with Ping. I mean, I only signed up because I like the name. Ping. Okay, now here's something I've been waiting for a while. According to the French Apple site Mac Forever, Apple's FaceTime could be coming to PCs and Macs very soon. Now, it was obvious from the start that Apple wanted to make FaceTime popular because they made it an open standard video chat. And FaceTime was first criticized because it would only work on the iPhone 4, but now the 4th generation iPod Touch has this capability, and probably the next iPad will have this capability. So it does make sense that they'd want to spread this on even more platforms and make it available on computers as well. FaceTime would fit very nicely into Apple's iChat application, but what's more interesting is the fact that it could go on Windows machines. Unfortunately, it's still true that Windows machines outnumber Macs. Apple wants to get as many people on FaceTime as possible, which is why they would allow this on PCs. Now, the only flaw in this plan that I can see is that even if Apple allows FaceTime on PCs, they're not going to get that many users from them because once the PCs crash, those users can't be on FaceTime anyway. I'm just joking. Sort of. But really, it's important to note that this website, Mac Forever, has been spot on with Apple rumors in the past. They were right about the iPad, the Magic Mouse, the 2009 revamp of MacBooks. So, as always, nothing is certain until it comes from Steve Jobs himself, but I'd say there's a very good possibility that this could happen. Okay, moving on, in software news, iOS 4.1 is live and available for download. With the update, you get things like Game Center, HDR photography, fixing issues with the iPhone 3G compatibility, and just various bug fixes. Now, I've had this update for a couple days, and I have to say, Game Center is really cool. I didn't think I was ever going to use it at first, but then I downloaded it and I got on Cro-Mag Rally, the racing game, and I started racing against some random person across... That sounds creepy. And I started racing against someone over the internet, just like Xbox Live. It's a really cool interactive way to get people more involved in the iPhone games, and considering that the iOS platform is becoming a huge player in the mobile gaming market, this is certainly a step in the right direction. So if you have an iPhone 3G, 3GS, 4, or a 2nd, 3rd, or 4th generation iPod Touch, go download this update and let me know what you think of it in the comment section below. Down there, where I'm pointing. Oh, but of course, with every iPhone update comes an iPhone jailbreak. That's right, just mere days after iOS 4.1 was released, the iPhone dev team said they found a backdoor in the system that would allow for jailbreaking. But this is not a normal jailbreak. The security hole that they're going to be exploiting in iOS 4.1 is not a software issue, it's a hardware issue. More specifically, it's a hole in the iPhone's boot ROM. Now, this is incredibly significant because if it's not a software issue, it means that Apple can't send out a software update to disable or block this. What this also means is that unless Apple changes the hardware of the device, that this update is going to stay around. Now, currently this is available for the iPhone, the iPad, and the new iPod Touch. So this is a huge hole that Apple has failed to find, and it means that jailbreaking just got a whole lot easier and a whole lot more reliable. And also, that's kind of terrifying when you think about it, because who knows who else is exploiting that hole and putting mean things on your phone. But really, it's awesome. Okay, now in the things that I thought would never ever happen department, Apple has released a list of rules and guidelines for developers to help clarify the app approval process. You can check out the list on Apple's website, but basically it just gives guidelines like, we don't need any more fart applications, if you hide anything in the application, like a full-blown tethering application like that one kid did, then we're gonna reject it, and no porn. So this just made developers' lives a lot easier, and hopefully it helps explain some of the crazy things Apple does with the app approval process, because there's a train in the background. because over the years, some of the things Apple's done regarding the App Store have made absolutely no sense. Now, one thing that's very interesting that could come out of this new list is Google Voice. After reviewing the list of rules and contacting Apple, it seems very likely that the Google Voice application could be back in the App Store soon. Sean Kovacs, the developer behind the application, tweeted recently saying, "Good news, I did get confirmation back from Apple that it will most likely get back in once I resubmit it." So if you're interested, check the site for more news and keep a lookout on the App Store for Google Voice. Okay. In application news, Apple's iMovie application got an update this week. Now with this update, the app will work on the new iPod Touch. They've changed how the pictures are laid out when you try to import one into a movie. You can loop the background music if your video goes longer than the track. But what's most exciting for me is that you can finally split a clip at the playhead. Now what this means for people like YouTubers is that you can do all those awesome jump cuts that everybody loves so much. Unfortunately, you still can't put titles on pictures, which is kind of a weird thing not to allow, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. If you're interested, go check out the application in the App Store. It's $5, and I think it's worth it, because as far as cell phones go, this is a pretty advanced video editing program. Okay, and finally, we have the real iPhone killer. I mean, this is it. This phone is crazy. It's available in white, unlike the iPhone 4. It has huge, hard keypad buttons that are much easier to type with than the iPhone's touchscreen. And the screen on this thing is so ridiculously clear. I mean, the pixel density is so much that you literally think you're looking at a piece of paper. Oh wait, you are looking at a piece of paper? Okay, obviously I am joking. What I'm talking about is the new John's phone. It literally does nothing but making phone calls. The front is taken completely up by a giant keypad, and on the back there is a little tiny door that you open up and you keep a pad and a pen in. With so many smartphones flooding the market right now, a phone like this stands out almost as much as some of them do. This is the great phone for maybe like your kid's first phone, or like an elderly person that has trouble with the technology that those young kids use nowadays. But if you're interested, the phone is $89, comes in pink, brown, black, green, and white. And is it weird that I want one? Okay, well, that's it for this week, guys. Thanks for watching, and remember, for more news, views, and reviews, don't forget to check out TodaysiPhone.com.